Once again, welcome everybody to the exciting world of cryptocurrencies. Dr. Jamar's Bitcoin for Seniors, where we're going to be discussing not just Bitcoin, but cryptocurrencies in general. And we want to make sure that people understand that there's more cryptocurrencies than just Bitcoin, than just Bitcoin. So who am I? Dr. Jamar Montgomery. I'm 35 years old. I'm known as the crypto politician because I have been advocating for blockchain and crypto with our politicians since 2018. In 2020, I ran for United States Senate in Louisiana on a platform of bigger, better business, social action, and education with a focus on blockchain and business. So I have been in the political world helping to write policy, helping our legislators understand what blockchain and cryptocurrency is, as well as actually being in the political field myself of running for office and understanding all that it takes to be able to get things passed and be an advocate for blockchain and cryptocurrency. I'm an international speaker on blockchain and cryptocurrency. I have spoken during the World Economic Forum 2 years in a row. This year will be my third year. And I'm most recently was speaking about blockchain and cryptocurrency at the Black Male Agenda and Policy Summit in Atlanta, Georgia this last weekend. So I'm excited once again to be bringing this to everybody here. I've been in the space since 2016, an actual builder and investor in the space since 2016, and I have been an evangelist all these years. I'm Dr. Jamar Montgomery, 35 years old, aka known as the crypto politician. To get more information, you can go to my website at www.drjamarmontgomery.com. What we're going to be going over is this is the full part of my course is I have learning outcomes. And some of those learning outcomes are create a wallet in Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Monero. What we'll find out are those are different cryptocurrencies and they are also their own protocol, which means that one wallet a Bitcoin wallet doesn't work with an Ethereum wallet, and an Ethereum wallet doesn't work with a Monero wallet, and a Monero wallet doesn't work with a Bitcoin wallet. So they are separate wallets for different cryptocurrencies. But I would say that probably like the easiest way to understand it would be there are some wallets that can handle multiple cryptocurrencies, different types of cryptocurrencies, and then there are other wallets that are only designed to handle certain cryptocurrencies. So we can get into those differences, but for the purposes of the entire course, these are some of the learning outcomes. For the course that we're doing right now, we're just going to be going over some of the basics. But when you take a full course with me, when you do a full consult with me, these are some of the things that you'll understand. You'll be able to create your own wallet. You'll be able to find your wallet in a block explorer. You'll open up a Coinbase account. You'll fund a Coinbase account. You'll transfer crypto from your Coinbase wallet to your own external wallet. You'll open up a GDAX account or another different kind of account. You'll find a particular transaction on a block explorer. So you'll be able to see your actual transaction or others' transactions actually on the blockchain. You'll perform an atomic swap transaction, which means that you take one cryptocurrency that's on its own blockchain, and you'll be able to switch it to another cryptocurrency on an entirely another blockchain. So when I said that certain wallets don't work with each other, the reason why those wallets don't work with each other is because they're on different blockchains. And once again, we'll go into the differences and what that actually means. Next, you'll transfer crypto into a Coinbase wallet. So it was one thing to transfer crypto out of your Coinbase wallet, but what happens when you want to go from crypto back to your greenbacks, back to US dollars? Being able to transfer crypto from your wallet into the Coinbase account. Then what we'll do is teach you how to transfer crypto between different exchanges. So you might have a Coinbase account with the Coinbase exchange. And then you might have a Gemini account or a crypto.com account and showing you how to transfer between different exchanges. You'll perform a transaction on your hardware wallet. And a hardware wallet, I don't have mine with me right now. A hardware wallet is it's an actual it looks like an actual USB key, and you'll actually store your cryptocurrency on those things. And we'll learn about what the difference is between a hard wallet and a soft wallet. A soft wallet is one that is done in software. It's you a soft wallet would be will kind of be what you have on what you have on your phone. It's software, but we'll get into that. You'll perform a transaction using cold wallet techniques. You'll know and use three different kinds of dApps. Cryptocurrency isn't just currency. There's actual applications that are being built that you can use like web apps. You'll register for 3 ICOs, which are initial coin offerings. And now they're doing less ICOs and doing more airdrops. You'll read 6 crypto white papers, so you'll understand that there is a structure and how you can read these crypto white papers are papers that are issued out whenever there's a new coin offering so that you can understand what the crypto is about, the history of that crypto, the history of their team. Oh, it's basically something that helps you understand what that crypto is and where it stands in the entire crypto space. You'll calculate the Sharpe ratio for cryptos. The Sharpe ratio is basically a risk to reward ratio. It's how I make decisions on whether or not I'm going to invest in a particular crypto. You'll calculate the ROI for crypto. You'll be able to name who started Bitcoin. You'll be able to name who started Ethereum. You'll build a mining computer. You'll mine a cryptocurrency, and you'll explain the similarity between crypto and debit cards. So these are some of the learning outcomes that are available for anybody that takes my course. But I just wanted to help you understand that there's a lot to blockchain and crypto. It can seem intimidating at times, but the way that I have structured it will help guide you through it, and you'll realize that it's a lot easier than what's been told. Any questions up until now? All right. So what is cryptocurrency? What is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is a digital representation of new money. Cryptocurrency is literally digital money, digital money. And oftentimes people are like, you mean they created money out of thin air? And I said, yes, they did. They absolutely did. They absolutely did. And that is a very new concept for people, that you're able to create your own money. And really, you're able to create your own digital asset. And then people may or may not give you money for it. I'll say that again. Cryptocurrency are what we call digital assets, and people may or may not give you money for it. And you will create, it is possible to create an entire market around these digital assets that you have created. Once again, the more that I didn't start understanding cryptocurrency fully until I started actually studying how our current financial system works, our monetary system works. The more that you understand how our monetary system works, then the easier it is for us to understand cryptocurrency, because there are major similarities between the cryptocurrency, how cryptocurrency operates, and how our current monetary system operates. Are there any questions? I want to open this up for questions. Miles, T. Michael, Dr. Frazier, any questions about that?
No, not right now. Miles is my son. I invited him into
Beautiful,
the
beautiful,
Uh,
beautiful.
you mentioned that individuals may or may not. Could you elaborate on that for a minute? They are digital assets, and individuals may or may not. You made a statement, so if you could clarify that.
Absolutely. The same way how you may have a class offering, you may have a class offering, and depending on how excited students are about that class, whether they know about that class, whether they enroll in that class, that it is similar. Cryptocurrency has made this money market so accessible, where that you as an individual can start your own cryptocurrency. And if you build up enough buzz, if you provide enough value to the community, then people will buy into your particular coin. And as a result of having a limited supply of that coin, then the price often runs up. So you're dealing with actual market and economic dynamics, but that market and economic dynamics is being applied to your money. It's being applied to money. It's the same way how many of all of our currencies, our current currencies, are floated up against each other. So there's a market for Japanese yen and the US dollar. There's a market for the Swiss franc and the US dollar. There's a market for the euro and the Swiss franc. These are all different currencies that can be used inside their own countries, as well as be purchased by external countries. And then there's an entire market being created as a result. Did I explain that clearly?
Yes, very clear.
Yes.
This cryptocurrency is just the first time that regular individuals like you and I have been able to do something like that, which is why one of the reasons why it's so revolutionary. So next, you might be asking, how do you invest in cryptocurrency? How do you invest in cryptocurrency? Three of the main platforms that are available is Coinbase, Gemini, and Crypto.com. I have an account with Coinbase. I have an account with Gemini, and I probably still do have an account with Crypto.com. I used to have an account with FTX, but we all know how that went with Sam Bankman-Fried. But those are three of the ways that you can, and those are the ways that I usually try to encourage people. If you don't have a Coinbase account, if you don't have a Gemini account, or you don't have a Crypto.com account, I have a referral code for you. I get like maybe $10 kickback, but most importantly is that you're involved in the crypto space.
Could I ask you a question on that? Some people mention Robinhood. What's the difference between Robinhood and Coinbase and Crypto.com, et cetera?
Beautiful question. Robinhood, Cash App, and PayPal, they allow you to buy cryptocurrencies, but there's a very limited set of cryptocurrencies that they allow you to buy. The difference between Cash App and Robinhood versus Coinbase, Gemini, and Crypto.com is Coinbase, Gemini, and Crypto.com are crypto focused, only crypto. So therefore, the cryptos that they have access to are much greater. And then with Robinhood and Cash App, it can be a challenge sometimes trying to move your crypto from Robinhood and Cash App to your own wallet.
Thanks.
No problem. No problem. Any other questions? That's a great question.
So basically, you're saying that it's not a good investment to invest with Robinhood or Cash App.
I'm not saying that it's not a good investment. I'm saying that when it comes, one of the tenets of crypto is being your own bank. And part of being your own bank is what we call it is in the crypto world, not your keys, not your cheese, which means that if you're not able to transfer the asset into something that you trust, if you're not able to take your cryptocurrency from that particular exchange or from that particular platform and put it on a platform that you're satisfied with and that you're confident with, then you're at somebody else's mercy.
Correct.
So to even put it in more relatable terms, if I have money in the bank, is that my money?
Not really.
Not really. Why is it not really?
Because you don't have full control of what they can do, how they can invest your money.
Right? You don't have full control, right? So there's levels of control. There's I got $1 million and I have it in my house, right? I have it in my house, meaning I can do whatever it is that I want with it. Now, is my house as secure as a bank? No, but when it's at my house, I have full control over it.
Correct.
And it becomes my responsibility to have my doors fortified, to have my windows fortified, to have all those things fortified, correct?
Correct.
Crypto is the same way, is that now you're storing your things at your house over something that only you have the key to, which is your wallet, and you have it secure. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right. When you have Coinbase, a Gemini, and a crypto.com as exchanges, those are like having your crypto at a bank. You have access to it. You have access to it, but you don't fully control it.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. And then when you have something like Robinhood and Cash App, you don't even necessarily, they're just only giving you a financial representation of the asset, meaning the actual digital asset that is there cannot be transferred from wallet to wallet. If you have it at Coinbase or Gemini or crypto.com, I could transfer that actual digital asset from Coinbase to Gemini to crypto.com, because those are all exchanges that have wallets attached to them. Hopefully I'm making this clear for you. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So I don't necessarily like Robinhood and Cash App because they're just showing me a financial representation of the asset, but not giving me the actual ability to pass the asset to wherever I want it to be, whether it be if I want to take it from Cash App or Robinhood to Coinbase. They haven't necessarily built that functionality. At the time that I was using Robinhood Cash App, they didn't have that functionality built in.
Okay, understood.
Which brings me to my next point about how should I store my cryptocurrency, right? And we have MetaMask, we have the Trezor, and the Ledger right here are what we call hard wallets, meaning that it's a physical wallet that's designed to store cryptocurrency. Something physical that stores your cryptocurrency. It's an encrypted device. So it's password or passcode protected. These are what we call hard wallets. MetaMask and Trust Wallet are what we call soft wallets. Why? Because MetaMask is an extension for your browser that holds your cryptocurrency. Trust Wallet is an app that you can download onto your phone, and you can download the MetaMask app onto your phone as well. But they live as apps on your phone, and therefore they live as apps on your phone or live as apps on your computer, and therefore whenever you want to interact with them, you have to go to those particular platforms. For your hard wallets, the reason why we have hard wallets versus soft wallets is because hard wallets offer a higher level of security. If I wanted to do a transaction on my hard wallet, I have to plug it up to my computer or plug it up to my phone and then authorize whatever transaction utilizing the device. So there's an extra layer of security.
Okay.
Any questions?
So hardware is the device that you have to purchase. Is it depending on where you're storing your crypto at? Now, does this hardware is universal, where it can go anywhere where you got your money stored?
I want to make sure I understand your question clearly. You said, does it go anywhere where your wallet is, where your money is stored? Help me understand.
What I'm saying is, let's say you got your money stored in a particular wallet, and the hardware device with that particular wallet, does it have to be connected or to that particular hardware? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I think I understand your question.
Okay.
Think about your hardware wallet being like your debit card at a bank.
Right.
Think about it being your debit card at a bank. What do I mean by think of it as your debit card as a bank? Your digital assets are sitting in a wallet or in a particular account that only you have access to, that only you have the password to.
Mm-hmm.
Your debit card has its own PIN that when you insert it into a machine, now gives you access to that particular account.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Your wallet is like the physical representation of what is of your wallet, meaning your wallet lives on the internet, it lives on the blockchain, but it is the device that allows you to have access to it. So let's say I lose my hardware wallet. I lose my hard wallet. There's a thing called a seed phrase that you get with every wallet that you open up, whether it be a hardware wallet or whether it be a software wallet. The seed phrase, it's a 12 to 24 word passcode, gives me access to my wallet. So even if I lose my hardware wallet, if I still have my passphrase, if I have it written down somewhere securely, I still will be able to have access to my wallet.
Understood.
So the hardware wallet acts as another security layer for accessing your wallet.
Understood.
And it operates even more secure than a debit card because you can't authorize the transactions unless you're able to get into the hardware wallet to begin with.
Gotcha.
Great question. Great question. What do I use? I have a MetaMask account. I have a Ledger. I have a Trezor, an old school Trezor, and I also have a Ledger. So I have multiple wallets. And once again, MetaMask is for what we call Ethereum or EVM, Ethereum virtual machine based coins. And 70% of all crypto coins that are out there are utilizing the Ethereum blockchain. But once again, we'll get to that. Any more questions? Because those are great questions.
No, not at this moment.
Good. Let's see. Was there anybody else? Nope. Okay, good. Go back to share. All right. What do I use for research? I use CoinMarketCap, I use CoinGecko, and I use Ethereum, Etherscan. Have any of you heard about cryptocurrency? Have any of you heard of coinmarketcap.com or CoinGecko?
No.
What CoinMarketCap is it lists all the different cryptocurrencies. So all 20, 30,000 of them. It lists a lot of them. It lists a lot of them. And it will tell you the price of each coin. It will tell you the volume. It will tell you the website for it. It is almost like an aggregator of all the different cryptos so that you can do research on them. And it's something that I use myself. Let's see if I can go here and I can say, let's go to oops. Let's go here and I'm going to share my screen again. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So here we have, it's telling us today's cryptocurrency prices by market cap. The global market cap is $3.3 trillion. I've been in the space. I've been in the space when this was only saying $100 billion. Gives you, like I said, the market cap, Bitcoin versus Ethereum dominance, fear and greed, giving you a bunch of different information. And it even breaks it down into categories. But you see the big dog, Bitcoin at $94,000, Ethereum at $3,200. When I was first looking at Bitcoin, it was like $1,500. My mom was trying to buy some. I wasn't too sure about Bitcoin's utility, so we focused more on Ethereum. Looking back, but yeah, Bitcoin. But once again, Ethereum was like $100 some odd, and that's what we were buying. Binance, Tether, Solana, Dogecoin, USDC, Cardano, Tron, Avalanche. Look here, 2.4 million different cryptocurrencies.
Hmm.
These are the top. I like to stick with the top 200. Um, but there are there are a lot of different coins out there, and some provide actual value, some have some actual utility, and others don't. Once again, in some ways it's a casino, but in some ways you're actually investing in, with other coins, you're actually investing in protocols or blockchains that will actually provide real value. I'll give you an example. One of my favorites, Chainlink, two of my favorites, as a matter of fact. Hedera is my big favorite, but Chainlink is another one of my favorites. Chainlink is working with Swift. Are you familiar with what Swift is?
No, I'm not.
Is this a Swift code for sending funds?
Absolutely, for sending funds internationally. They're working with the Swift Foundation and are actually seeing how they can use Chainlink, because what Chainlink is it's an oracle. So you have things that happen on the blockchain, and all these transactions are, every time that somebody sends something, every time that somebody receives something, it is recorded on the blockchain. But let's say I want to see what's going on in the financial market. I'll give you an even more example. There, the thing about cryptocurrency is that you can actually program your money, meaning that I can use if then statements. I can say, if this happens, if I receive something in my wallet for this amount of money, then I want you to deposit it in these other places. I can also say, if if this event happens over here, and let's say it's off chain, off the blockchain, meaning it's not recorded, but I want to see if the Raiders win, if the Raiders win against the Lions, then deposit this amount of money into a particular account. You need something that's called an oracle to be able to look out into the world and then provide that data back to the chain. Chainlink is the link between this real world data and the blockchain. Did I explain that clear enough? Or do you need me to go a little bit more? Did I need to explain it in a different way?
Clear for me.
Okay.
I would say go a little more.
Perfect. 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 What they're trying to do is bring real world assets like stocks, bonds on. They're trying to be able to trade those things on the blockchain. And Chainlink is one of the ways in which you're able to look out into the actual financial markets and provide that particular, let's say, pricing data for that particular stock to now put it on the blockchain. So now it's tradable on the blockchain. And you might be thinking, why would they want to trade stocks on the blockchain? Because when you trade stocks on the blockchain, the transactions happen faster. And two, you eliminate the counterparty risk of, when you short a stock, you're selling something that you don't own. Do you need me to go further?
No, I understood that one.
Okay. Dr. Fraser, Miles, Khadijah, you good?
I'm good.
All right, perfect. This is CoinMarketCap. This is what I utilize for a lot of my research, to give you guys some coins that I have. I used to mine Monero, and I have a old computer around here that's got my Monero on it. I got Filecoin. I got the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. I think I got some Optimism. I used to have some Cosmos. I got some Injective. I got Phantom. I got a lot of Graph. I'm getting ready to get some Ondo. I used to have a lot of Sandbox. Got some Tezos. Got some Quant. Used to have a lot of EOS. Got a lot of Ethereum naming service. I hold a lot of HBAR, a lot of HBAR, a lot of Chainlink, getting ready to get more SUI.
How about
Kick
Shiba
myself.
Inu?
Oh, you got some Shiba Inu?
Yeah, I've dealt with Shiba Inu and Doge.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Those are what we call meme coins. They serve a purpose. I'm glad for people who have made money off of meme coins. I never really touched them, but it allowed for a lot of people who normally wouldn't have gotten into cryptocurrency. It gave them a pathway of getting involved in cryptocurrency. So I'm happy for that.
On the other hand, with the ones that you're mentioning, as far as looking far into the future, when you look at something like Dogecoin or Shiba Inu compared to Ethereum, Bitcoin or whatever, how do you compare them in looking for into the future in terms of possibilities?
Great question. Great question. Ethereum is like having concrete, and Shiba Inu is like having Play-Doh. If you want to build something, if you want to actually build applications, if you want to build a coin that has actual utility, I use Ethereum and I look for Ethereum based coins. When I just want to play around, and the only thing that I'm able to really do is I can make whatever I want to make, but it's not anything that actually provides any real utility, then I go to Play-Doh. And that's something like what we call Shiba Inu or Dogecoin, which are known as meme coins. Let me go here. Let me go here. Did you understand that
Yeah.
analogy?
Yes, very clear.
Let's go here. Let's go to Ethereum. The Ethereum ecosystem. The Ethereum ecosystem. And let's go to apply. Okay. We're going to go to apply. So do you see how I picked the Ethereum ecosystem? These are all coins that are built on top of the Ethereum ecosystem. So Shiba Inu is built on top of the Ethereum ecosystem. So even though Shiba Inu is its own coin, it utilizes the Ethereum technology in order for it to even exist. Am I making sense?
Yes.
So I'm looking at what actually there would be no Shiba Inu without Ethereum. So I'm looking at what are the things that are being built that are foundational, and I'm investing in the foundation in that foundation. And there are other coins that are available, right, that are being built on top of Ethereum, but I'm always looking at, okay, if you're built on Ethereum, are you providing any additional utility? And are you positioning yourself as just taking up space in the space? Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, once again, these are meme coins, and the only thing that they serve to do is to bring more people into the community. That's it. Whereas, like I said, with Chainlink is designed to act as an oracle to bring off-chain data on-chain. Does that kind of clarify things, or did I confuse
It's
anybody?
very clear for me because we are looking into the future in terms of possibilities. And I hear a lot about Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, and obviously something in terms of the next week or two, in terms of individuals that are pushing it,
Absolutely.
building the market, as you said.
Absolutely, building the market. Let me show you something real quick. One of the coins that I'm like most excited about. Oops. One of the coins that I'm most excited about is Hedera. Hedera. This one right here. Right before the election, it was hanging around 5 cents. jumped all the way up to 36 cents December 6th. Okay. Why am I so excited about Hedera? I'm going to go to two different things. Let's see. Hedera Council. Why am I so excited about Hedera? I'm excited about Hedera because what does it say? The World Economic Forum 2024 annual meeting in Davos has ended. Hedera was one of the sponsors of the World Economic Forum, and they were one of the people who had a significant presence at the World Economic Forum. Let's scroll down here. Oh my goodness, who's that handsome person right there? This is a luncheon panel on using blockchain to govern innovation from AI to the future of money, moderated by Miss Monique Morrow with David Schreier, myself, Dr. Lehman Baird. Dr. Lehman Baird is the co-founder of Hedera. Garvinder Ahluwalia and Jonathan Dotan. So this was I was on a panel with the co-founder of Hedera, who is one of the sponsors of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. When we start talking about cryptocurrency and who had a presence at Davos, if you're not familiar with the World Economic Forum, this is where all the world leaders, leaders of the international banks, leaders of industries and industry titans come to have their annual meeting to discuss what their plan is for the future and what their vision is for the next 15, 20 years and how they're going to deal with those issues concerning that. There were a few companies that were there. Ripple, which is XRP, Hedera, which is HBAR, USDC, which is the United States dollar stable coin that's built on Ethereum, and Filecoin. They all had a presence there. Let's look at also Hedera, right? Let's look particularly at Hedera. Hedera, Hedera is governed by the world's leading organizations. One of the companies that you might be familiar with. Where are they at? T-Mobile. That sounds like a small company. Google. That sounds like a small company. LG. IBM. ServiceNow. That sounds like a small company. Boeing. That sounds like a small company. These are the companies that are involved with the Hedera Governing Council. And the reason why they're involved in the Governing Council is because they're trying to figure out how can they implement this technology into their enterprise, but do not necessarily want to take on the risk of them being responsible for developing the technology. They'd much rather invest in Hedera, let them figure out how they can apply it in their enterprises, and then bring it to the enterprise. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And thanks for being a strong representative. Happy to meet you.
Absolutely. Likewise. All right, let's go here. So we went to, right, we were in Hedera. So when I invest in coins, I'm looking at what functionality are they bringing. Let's go somewhere. I'm going to add this. I'm going to give you some more information. ISO 20022. And this is the international standard for exchanging financial messages electronically. It improves customer experience, enhanced data, better automation, and it can be used to create new services and enhance straight-through processing. Let's see. Many major jurisdictions are implementing ISO 20022 ahead of November 2025, when SWIFT is scheduled to retire its existing MT message standard. SWIFT is retiring its MT message standard. What is the ISO 200-2022? Let's go to the International Standards Organization. It is a single standardization approach, which includes the methodology, process, repository to be used by all financial standards initiatives. Interesting. Are there any cryptos that are being involved in ISO 222? Let's look. Let's go to our categories real quick. Let's go to our categories real quick. If it will allow me to. Let me go to the filters again. I'm going to go to, oh, they used to have a category for it. ISO. Oh, they removed it. Interesting. Let's go here. ISO 222 crypto. Let's go here. Are there any cryptocurrencies that are compliant with ISO 222? It said there's a lot of confusion and misleading information on the web referring to ISO 222 cryptocurrencies, but those statements are not correct. The cryptocurrencies are not managed and not registered by ISO 222. It's a global standard for financial messaging and provides a common language. Let's look at that. So it's saying that they're not managed or not registered by ISO 222, but do they meet the ISO 222 standard? Looky here. There's a list of ISO 200 compliant cryptocurrencies. To date, 8 cryptocurrencies already meet the ISO 222 standard, meaning that we have built it to this particular standard. We're not registered with the ISO organization, but we understand that this is a standard that's going to be used, and we want to make sure that our cryptos meet that standard. That's XRP, that's Stellar Lumens with XLM, XDC Network, Algorand, IOTA, Hedera Hashgraph, which is HBAR, Quant, and Cardano. 2 of them do not just comply with ISO 222. They are members of the ISO 222 standardization body. So once again, they said they're not registered and they're not managed by ISO 222, but they are compliant.
Now, what were those 8? I have XRP, XLM, ADA, XDC.
XRP, XLM, XDC, Algorand, IOTA, Hedera, which is HBAR, Quant, which is QNT, and Cardano, which is ADA.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
So that answers my question about looking into the future and making sure that we are on the wave of the future. And what you mentioned about Swift in November of this year, that's interesting. This is a lot of people could, of course, me too, could be caught off guard, knowing of not knowing of this potential, not necessarily potential, but this change, what is about to take place.
Absolutely. Look at this. What does this say? Society for Worldwide Interbank Telecommunication, SWIFT. This is on the SWIFT website. SWIFT, UBS Asset Management. That sounds like a small company. Successfully complete innovative pilot to bridge tokenized asset with existing payment systems. This initiative would enable digital asset transactions to settle with fiat payment systems across more than 11,500 financial institutions across over 200 countries and territories. This is what they're not talking about.
So this means that whether we are traveling US, China, wherever, now we have that question answered about the currency exchange from crypto and dealing with crypto and others, right?
Now you see why I invest in the coins that I invest in. Why I look at Link, why I look at HBAR, why I look at XRP, why I look at XLM for those particular reasons, because this is what the big boys are getting into, but are being extremely quiet about. Think about it in this sense. You've probably heard about XRP because of the lawsuit, but I can bet you that you didn't hear anything about Chainlink compared to Dogecoin and Shiba Inu.
You're right.
That took us down a little detour, but I'm glad we went down that detour so that you can understand what do I use for research and how do I research my coins. Right? We have things called blockchain explorers, which actually allow you to see transactions on the blockchain. Actually allow you to see transactions on the blockchain. You know what? Since we're here, I'm going to show you once again. Let's go here. I'm going to Etherscan. Oh, let me share my screen. I get so excited talking about this stuff. I've been in the crypto space since 2016, 2017. And each time that I get to teach somebody new about this information, like I'm a teacher at heart. I used to teach political science at Southern University, Shreveport. And I also introduced my students to blockchain and crypto. Being able to teach others about this technology that has been so transformational for me is always a way of me giving back and brings me so much joy and so much energy. So let me go here. Because most people, they will tell you, oh, I've been in crypto this long, blah, blah, blah. And I ask people, show me your wallet. 2,729 days ago, my first transaction on this particular wallet was July 22nd, 2017. You see that?
Yes.
So when people say how long that they've been in the space, right? I just ask, what was your wallet address? Now, mind you, I was moving 4 ETH at that time, and 4 ETH in today's dollars is $13,000. But at that time, it was probably only about $600 or $700. $327. So I just want you to see that this is how you vet. This is how you vet somebody. When you start to understand, you start getting more into the blockchain and crypto space. This is how you can vet who your instructors are and who's in this space. Now we're going to go to some of the nitty gritty. And this part is, if blockchain was a city, then the blockchain protocol would be the city's ground or foundation. So what's a protocol? Bitcoin, even though it's a cryptocurrency, is also the Bitcoin protocol. Ethereum, even though it has its own cryptocurrency attached with it, it's its own protocol. So it is literally upon which everything is built upon. What do you build on your foundation? You can build a house, you can build buildings, you can build different structures on top of it. Those are the dApps. So we talked about Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is built on top of the Ethereum protocol, and they've built their own structure. So they've built their own ecosystem, and that's Shiba Inu. Am I making sense with that?
Yes.
Then you have things called tokens, right? Which is Shiba Inu, even though it's its own ecosystem, there are things that are going in and out of that ecosystem. And we call those things tokens, the cryptocurrency tokens. And we think of those as vehicles. Why? because I send my tokens from one place to another. That is the vehicle. Making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Then we have things called scaling and interoperability layers, which are like streets and freeways and runways and railways. Even though I've built something on top of a particular protocol, right? I may have only designed it so that things can be built on, so that only a house can be built upon it. But the foundation that I have for when I need to build a freeway, I have a street upon which my token can travel upon. However, if I build a freeway, then now that token can move a whole lot faster. Think about when you're driving on the street and the street is congested. You're like, man, I should have took the freeway. Similar concept, that there are different protocols upon which you can build on top of. And instead of just building a structure, you can actually build a whole new highway that allows to eliminate some of the friction that you might have. And once again, we can get deeper into that, but I wanted to give you guys an introductory of just how complex it can be, but also how simple it can be when you make analogies to things that you already understand. Are you all with me?
With you.
Yes.
All right. The IT infrastructure is the pipes and the electrical wires, because this is all running on computers and the internet. So the way that we wouldn't have any of this if we didn't have the actual IT infrastructure, which serves as the pipes and the electrical wires for this network. Our wallets are the citizens and the users. The miners, the people who actually maintain the computers that allow for this structure to run, is the city power, water, and engineering department. Making sense?
Yes.
All right. Good. Now, this is some more information about time horizons. When you're investing in crypto coins, are you doing day trading? Are you doing swing trading? Are you a short-term investor? Are you a long-term investor? And I'm in the swing trader to long-term investor. I'm more of a long-term investor than I am a swing trader. More of a long-term investor. Things that I've invested in 3 years ago and 5 years ago, it was investments that I had made years ago that when I was unemployed. And Dr. Fraser, I don't know if you were there when I said this during the Black Male Agenda and Policy Summit, that when I was unemployed, it was investments I made in crypto 2 and 3 years prior that replaced my entire income for that.
I remember that.
Yes, I
I
remember.
I want to ask you a question now. Where does spot trading fit within? Is that under swing? How where is spot trading? How does it fit?
Spot trading is usually day trading and swing trading.
Okay.
Yep, and it gives you the kind of the windows, 1 hour to 3 days, and swing trading is 3 days to 90 days, and short-term investors are 3 months to a year, and
Okay.
then long-term investors are a year plus.
Okay.
I utilize fundamental analysis, and I'm looking at a few factors. I'm looking at the coin supply, looking at their utility, looking at security, looking at privacy, looking at their team, looking at, is there any mining? So when I'm evaluating a coin, I'm looking at all those things. But the biggest, most important thing for me is the utility. So coin supply, is it unlimited versus limited? 100K to 10 million coins. Like I said, it depends on what I'm trying to gain out of that coin. Utility, is it a protocol like Ethereum, like Bitcoin? Or is it a DApp, meaning that it's built on top of a protocol? Is it a currency or is it a stable coin? A currency, Shiba Inu, I would consider that a currency. I would consider that Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, I would consider those a currency, because the only thing that it really does is just bring people into the community, and then you're just trading amongst each other, but it doesn't really add any additional utility. Security and mining, is it proof of stake versus proof of work? This just all deals with how you create new coins and things of the sort. Privacy, is it anonymous or is it pseudonymous? People say that Bitcoin is anonymous, and it's not anonymous. It's pseudonymous, meaning that I can see every transaction, but I don't know if that particular coin or that particular wallet, I don't know who that wallet belongs to, but I can see all the activity that happens in that wallet. like I showed you guys with my wallet. Who's the team? Does it have venture capital funders, right? Because that's going to tell you something. Have they received venture capital funding, and how much of that venture capital funding have they received? What's the quality of the white paper? Who is their advisors? What's the uniqueness of the offering, right? Those are the kind of things that I'm looking at when I'm evaluating a coin. And as I showed you with HBAR, who's helped funding them? Who's on their governing team? Some of the largest corporations in the world. I don't think that large corporations in the world are in the business of wasting money. Utility, right? One of the ways that we look at it is utility. A protocol. Protocols are for building. dApps are for using. Currencies are for transferring. Protocols are for building. dApps are for using. Protocols are for building. dApps are for using. Currencies are for transferring. Some key terms: wallet, blockchain explorer, gas fees. We didn't really go too much into that, but we can, but they're not as important as they used to be. Exchange, airdrop, hot wallet and hot storage, cold wallet and cold storage. Right? And when I'm teaching this course, I usually have some homework assignments for my students of making a transfer from a Coinbase or Gemini wallet to your MetaMask wallet. When I was teaching for Dr. Boyce in the Black Crypto Club, I was teaching about anywhere from 50 to 100 people, and I got about 75 people to open up their first MetaMask wallet via Zoom. 75 people. It's not a difficult process, but it can be a challenging process if you're not a skilled instructor. What I usually like to do is I like to go into what is money, and because to start to understand cryptocurrency, it's really important for us to really understand money. And a lot of us think that we understand money and how it really works. But by asking a few questions, when you start to understand how your monetary system actually works, crypto starts making a lot more sense. Like, how can you create something out of thin air? How much money did we create out of thin air during the pandemic? How much money did the Federal Reserve flood into our market during the pandemic? About $6 trillion. Where did that money come from? All they did was just issue out a note of a debt note. The United States government, United States Treasury issued out a debt note to the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve issued out $6 trillion worth of credit or digital money out into the market. Right? What is cryptocurrency? It is digital currency based upon a cryptological algorithm. And a currency is only as good as the people or network that accepts it. The same way that you're more likely to run into people who want to get US dollars all over the world, but people may not necessarily want money from Zimbabwe. And to prove that to you, let me go here real quick. Where's mine? And if anybody wants any Zimbabwe money, I have to remind myself that I'm already a trillionaire. I have to remind myself that I'm already a trillionaire. And if you don't believe me, this banknote proves it. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Not a billion. I'm already a billionaire. That banknote proves it. Y'all still with me?
Yes.
I am
Good.
with you. It reminds me of myself being in Nigeria. I filled my pocket with Nigerian currency and I had a whole big pocket full. I said, I'm rich.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Lisa said, what? She said, what? Yes, that is $1 billion in Nigerian, not Nigerian, in Zimbabwe currency, but $1 billion in Zimbabwe currency is, I don't know how much in US dollars. Let's look that up real quick. Billion dollars. Zim. Zimbabwean dollar to USD. Let's go here. All right. They're going to say 1 billion. All right. There it is. I'm trying to make sure I got the right zeros. Yeah. Yeah. So just so everybody understands, you might want US dollars, but you may not want the Zimbabwean currency. In the case of cryptocurrency, the network began with the highly skilled programmers and researchers who wanted to create a currency that was outside of government control.
Can I ask you a quick question? You were doing that calculation, it didn't show up on the screen. I was wondering what was it in US dollars that I didn't know whether you calculated or not.
I'm looking, I was trying to 0027.
Ah, okay, okay. Gotcha.
Let me put it in. Oh, it's in the chat. All right. Let's see. How do cryptocurrencies work? All cryptocurrencies are based off of blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is a distributed ledger that allows new information or blocks to be added only if everyone on the network, everyone who has a computer that's supporting the network, only if they agree. Think of the distributed ledger as a constantly updated and shared Google document that everyone has access to and can see when any changes are made. Let's see. Who created cryptocurrencies? Satoshi Nakamoto invented Bitcoin. Nobody knows who he or she really is, but there's some interesting stories about this person. I've been told about people meeting Satoshi Nakamoto. Apparently, somebody that either came out of the cypherpunk era and was part of the cypherpunks. So usually someone that came either out of Stanford, the Silicon Valley and Seattle area. But the white paper, there's a white paper that details the creation of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin turned 15 or 16, turned 16 years old this year. 16 years old. It was created in 2009. Let's see what's in the chat. How can cryptocurrency operate as money, right? These are some of the things that we go over. Intro to wallets, how to create a wallet, how to access and use your wallet, how to view transactions. We've gone over how to view transactions. Intro to exchanges, we talked about the list of exchanges and required documents for opening an account. Now, when you want to open up a Coinbase account, you have to go, because they are a SEC regulated entity, that means that they have to follow KYC and AML, which stands for Know Your Customer and Anti-Money Laundering laws. So an ID and your social security number. And I think that's just about it. Yeah, an ID, social security number, your address. And I think that's just about it. We talk about a little bit about why cryptocurrency and blockchain is much more than money. We go to ICOs and altcoins, intro to mining, building on blockchain. When you invest in cryptocurrency, unlike stocks, you're investing in a network. And then if there are any other questions, it's no longer the Black Crypto Club. Dr. Jamar Montgomery. I was, like I said, this was at the time was when I was still teaching for the Black Crypto Club. But now I teach for myself and still great friends with Dr. Boyce Watkins. But I do this now for myself. Any questions?
Yes, I would love to play this over again. Will you have this posted? Okay.
I'll send it out. I'm gonna make some edits and then I'll make sure to send it out to those that participated in today's little workshop.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Any questions?
I have a ton of questions, but I got in here late. But I would like to share this with my uncle, Otis. He was talking to me about this a couple months ago, and he said he's interested in it. So I would like to show it to him too.
Okay, absolutely. Absolutely. We'll definitely make sure that will happen. So yeah, y'all, I've been in this space since 2016, 2017. As you guys saw, I was verified in the space since 2017. I started a podcast with a partner of mine back in early 2017. Started a podcast, started a company, Cryptonomics Wealth. So I've been in the space, and now a partner of mine, we just got done writing some policy for cryptocurrency. I'm going to be presenting it to Senator Bill Cassidy and a few others, because this is something that's extremely important, and that we need to, particularly Black folks, we need to really be involved in cryptocurrency. And if we don't get involved with cryptocurrency, that there's a study that says that the net worth of the Black family by 2050 is going to be zero. We do not need to be last to this technology. We do not need to be last in this technological revolution. And anybody that knows me knows that I have been screaming about cryptocurrency. There is not this thing is finally now transitioning, but I used to talk about cryptocurrency more than I used to talk about Jesus. So now I'm making sure that I talk about Jesus more than I talk about cryptocurrency, and talk about Jesus just as much, if not and more, than I talk about cryptocurrency. Yeah.
I want to ask the other person finish. Lisa, did Lisa finish a question?
I believe so.
Okay. I wanted to follow up and looking at future now and going into the future, looking at the US dollar, which many are relying on right now, and looking at history in terms of going to the bank in the past and arriving and can't get your money. How do you see the US dollar right now and its future compared to what we are talking about going into with these cryptocurrencies and all?
That is a great question. And it's one that me and my wife have had many debates about, in terms of the crash of the US dollar. And she does a lot more backdoor research than I do. And so we have differing opinions. She's looking at the crash of the US dollar. She's looking at the crash of the US dollar. I'm looking at how the US dollar is used as a surveillance tool. The more US dollars that you have, the greater surveillance that the United States government has on you. Here is a perfect example. Did you know that if you get more than $3,000 of money orders at one point in time, at one time, that the post office has to file a suspicious activity report on you?
Yes.
That was new information for me. It's interesting that at a bank that you have that 9,000, if you deposit any more than $10,000 at one point in time, that the bank also has to put a suspicious activity report on you. So now the money that me just transacting as a regular citizen, that now my government is saying, oh, we need to watch out for this. The place where capitalism is supposed to be king, where free enterprise and free exercise is supposed to be paramount, now I am being surveilled as a result of exercising those particular rights. Cryptocurrency gives me an opportunity to escape that in some ways. So because cryptocurrency is actually the first actual global currency, Bitcoin and Ethereum particularly are actually global, and Bitcoin more so than anything, because you can go anywhere in the world and there is somebody that accepts Bitcoin. There is a market for Bitcoin. So if I wanted to be able to go from US dollars to the franc, maybe that person doesn't necessarily have a bank account, or maybe they don't want to utilize a bank, but they'll accept Bitcoin. I see cryptocurrency as recession insurance. Long story short, I see cryptocurrency as recession insurance. When there's major crashes in the economy, it is cryptocurrency that has roared back much quicker, or cryptocurrency has acted as a hedge for me. Once again, this isn't financial advice. This is education in your financial future and your technological future.
Thanks.
No problem. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Any more questions? Cool. Cool. Everyone, I thank you all for joining my Bitcoin for Seniors and Cryptocurrency for Seniors. Once again, you got much more than just Bitcoin. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Most of you have my number, as well as most of you have my number, and that's probably one of the easiest ways to reach me. If you're interested in learning more and getting yourself set up, let's set up a private consult and we can make that happen. And I'll show you everything that I know and we'll go from there.
Thank you.
But I hope everybody
Appreciate it.
has a great day. Go ahead.
No, I said thank you. This is great, and look forward to receiving the transcript to listen again, and I'll be in touch with you.
Absolutely. You take care, Dr. Frazier.
All right.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Khadijah. Y'all take care.